Hello and welcome to Ball Around the Head. And this time we finally have an NBA champion. The Los Angeles Lakers win their, in parentheses or in quotation, 17th NBA championship. And the
Oh,
bubble
don't do that.
Yeah, wait,
comes.
are you mad? No, are you mad? Are you already that mad?
So I'm going to go dive right into it and ask these fellow Laker fans. I'm going to skip out of this question. Ben, real quick, how do you feel?
Feels amazing. 17th championship. They're going to have to redesign that court once they get back to Staples. Man, I don't know if they can fit 17 stars on there. It's going to be tough. You just love to see what they did today. I couldn't be more proud of the Lakers. They came out with so much energy. Their defense was amazing. And in the second quarter, they just shot within like 6 seconds every possession, taking it to the basket. I'm happy. Andrew.
Yeah, so should I just start off with kind of a story of the Lakers or what? Yeah, I'm going to start off with a story of the Lakers. So let me tell you a story of this super franchise. And we start off super because it's just so it all started in the city with the dreams of always winning. The sport of basketball is where we lay. And in 2018, with free agency of the King, when he decided to pick his spot in LA. Alas, but the year went fall with the help of Lonzo Ball, so we traded him for a shot at the brow. And this one's a little tight. Of course, it did not prosper, so we waited longer and longer. Then we traded him in the summer. How proud. Now with the Lakers, we're back, and we're ready to attack with AD and LeBron James in the fray.
Oh my God, there's more.
We got the 1 seed in the West, and with LA on our chest, we took our talents to the bubble to play. With 4 playoff series later, a Wash King destroyed his haters, and the Finals MVP was bestowed on a Louis V. tray. Thank you. So, yeah, the Lakers won. Uh-huh. And I get my champagne. We won! Hold on. Let me get a shirt now because I'm all wet. I think I got it on my Chromebook too. But yeah, that was my champagne, and that's how the season went. The Lakers, they took the dub. I predicted it. LeBron James Finals MVP. I predicted it. And that's how we do. So yeah, to answer your question, that's how I feel.
I'm so happy.
For the second straight stream, whoever doesn't watch this on YouTube, I feel very bad for you. That was must-see TV. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm not really going to talk about this because I could care less that the Lakers won the championship.
Are you mad?
So, unanimously, LeBron James was just named the Bill Russell Finals MVP award. So, Andrew, was it deserved for LeBron?
Yeah, definitely deserved. Actually, throughout the entire final series, obviously, I first predicted LeBron James, but I kind of had my doubts when LeBron he performed in Game 3 and AD did not perform, and then they ended up losing. So I was thinking to myself, okay, well, they're going to need Anthony Davis to perform to win. Obviously, in Game 5, when LeBron dropped 40, they still couldn't win. And then I said, okay, well, maybe LeBron might not be the Finals MVP, but I'm not a hater. So in Game 6, LeBron, he's like, hold on, I've been teasing a triple-double all series. So he's like, I'm going to get it. So he got his triple-double. He led the team mentally. He led the team physically. I mean, he was just scoring his first half, definitely on the kill. So, yeah, well-deserved to King James. And I'm so happy that just LeBron 4 times Finals MVP, 3 different teams champions and 3 different teams Finals MVP. Yeah, definitely in the history books.
Ben?
Yeah, I agree. I think LeBron earned this one. I think from game 3 on, he outplayed Anthony Davis. He looked like the most important person on the floor. And this game in particular, I think he set the tone. His stat line was great with a triple double. Not an insane amount of points like 40 he had before, but he didn't need to score in the second half. He came out attacking the basket and really set the tone for the Lakers to just attack right away. So I think it's well deserved. I had Anthony Davis at first, but then after seeing the past 4 games, I think LeBron earned this one.
Yeah, outside of the LeBron trolls who just want to make LeBron fans mad, I think it was dead obvious that he was the Finals MVP, as you guys said, after Game 3, when it was close between the two, and then after Game 3, AD struggled, and LeBron just played absolutely amazing basketball from then on out. As Andrew said, he finally got his triple-double tonight, and again, as Ben said, that he really didn't need a score. It was just pure blowout all night long. I don't really think there's the argument, but I'm not going to argue this, but I feel like another player who might be up there, he shouldn't have won the award, but in the conversation was Rajon Rondo.
Jared Dudley. Oh, okay.
Shout out to Rondo, though. He played absolutely phenomenal tonight. He's been a professional this entire time. He is one of the rare few just true point guards in the league. And when he hits threes, like he hit 3 or 4 tonight, he's completely unstoppable. So I just want to shout out Rajon. He was very, very good tonight. So before we go into the Heat, Laker fans, do you have anything else you want to say about the Lakers?
We're going to win again next year. Hopefully we'll see the Battle of LA. I mean, the Clippers have to kind of, step it up. I mean, we're champions and they're, not. So I'm excited to see next year. Run it back.
Shout out to KCP. Both me and Andrew at the beginning of the bubble were getting kind of frustrated at KCP, but he came through. That's why you never want to count these guys out. Everyone deserves a ring. I'm just going to say it. Everyone, I'm part of that team. None of this nonsense where they don't deserve a ring. We got to stand as one. All right, Laker Nation. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Laker Nation. Got to be better than this. But yeah, shout outs to KCP.
Yeah, wait, real quick. Dwight Howard, ring check. JaVale McGee, that's 3. Quinn Cook, that's 3. Rajon Rondo, that's 2. Alex Caruso got his ring. J.R. Smith, that's 2. LeBron, that's 4. AD finally got his ring. Who else am I missing? Markieff Morris.
Jared Dudley.
Yeah, Jared Dudley. He got his ring. Now he can finally become an analyst and talk about rings. Even though I think he's going to go more into business. Who else are we missing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about KCP, ring. Kuzma didn't really deserve it. Danny Green, good for Danny Green. Glad, really unprofessional about how a lot of people talked about him on social media, but glad Danny Green got it. He's also one of 2 people to win on 3 different teams, LeBron and Danny Green. So good for him.
So actually, I'm going to chime in on the Lakers real quick. I want to say too, I'm very happy that they won the championship just for Kobe, just for that fact, because it's a really good story for the entire league to have. I'm sure Mamba would be proud. It wasn't easy, but I mean, given the circumstances, the world was falling apart, a bunch of social justice issues. They came out, they fought for social justice, and they still played a great basketball thing. And I know Kobe, for a fact, would be very proud of this team. As Ben said, the first stream we ever had, Andrew didn't want KCP to come to the bubble. And now KCP scores, 17 points in an NBA Finals win. So we come a long way. Caruso is NBA champion. We got Markieff Morris, Dudley. We got Rondo. We got Davis, who went from New Orleans to a champion, which is definitely a huge leap. My boy
Anywhere
Kuzma,
to a champion. Yeah.
My boy Kuzma is a champion.
I'm tired of the hate on Kuzma, man. He had a bad series, all right, and a bad playoffs, all right. Just leave it at that.
And a bad career too. But it's fine.
Okay.
Again, Slim Kuzi, I don't know why he didn't keep it that way, but it's fine.
Okay, real quick. I told Ben I was gonna do this before. I'm gonna do this right now. Before we go to the Heat subject, I'm actually going to talk about something a little serious. and kind of what Andrew touched on a little bit. That whole thing with Danny Green and his fiance, I just want to address that real quick. That was very inappropriate. It was not cool. I love sports more than anybody I've ever met. I'm a huge diehard sports fan, but I could never imagine someone missing a shot and then me threatening their life and wanting them to die. And seeing on Twitter people wanting him to do that, to just go away, never come back, and it's tough. And that's when people get depressed, and that's when like Paul George, and that's we like to clown him, which we make jokes, but you can't ever ask people to do that kind of stuff. I don't want to say it because it's a little deep, but I just want to say that was very inappropriate. I know not all Laker fans are like that, and maybe those are a lot of just gamblers who lost a lot of money, and maybe that's most likely what it was. But I mean, like, go ahead and do trolls about petitions. That's funny. Everyone will laugh. It's never going to happen. But just you never threaten someone that's just inappropriate. And I just want to touch on that real quick.
Respect.
Well said.
So we're going to move on to the other end of the spectrum. And even though it was a very disappointing effort tonight, and quite pathetic actually, Miami Heat did something that no one else thought they'd make the NBA Finals, and they were 2 wins away technically from an NBA championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to answer this one because I want to go in real quick. I think the Heat fans should be very proud of their season for that fact. A lot of people had them 5th seed, 6th seed, 7th seed, out first round, maybe second round if they're lucky. Got to the playoffs. They could beat the Pacers, but they're to get destroyed by the Bucks. They're to get destroyed by the Celtics. They'd have no chance to sweep by the Lakers. And technically, they just defied all of those odds, and they played very well. Jimmy Butler proved he's a superstar in this league. I was one who was quite skeptical about it, but he proved it. Tonight, you can tell the 47 minutes wore it off on him. He just wasn't his spark. He only scored 12 points tonight. He wasn't as great as he was. Adebayo was hurt. Dragic was hurt. But I'm not giving excuses. The Lakers were the better team. I'm just saying. I just want to shout out the Heat. The Heat fans should be very optimistic. There's a report that came out a couple days ago from, I think, the Ringer reported it, that now the Heat are one of the top free agent destinations, which is a Pat Riley dream right there. He can clear out cap space. He got Jimmy Butler when they had no cap space this offseason. So if I was a Miami Heat fan and I got Eric Spoelstra at the Realm and Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler coaching any of these guys, Tyler Hero made a huge name in the Eastern Conference Finals. Duncan Robinson's a great – got to add his defense. He's good offensively. You guys add defense. Bam Adebayo has become one of the top centers in the league. You definitely have a humongous future ahead of you guys. So, Ben, what do you got?
Yeah, couldn't agree more. The Heat should be very proud of themselves. As a 5 seed, no one expected them to make it. The first 5 seed ever to make it to the NBA Finals. No one expected them to be here. And they won more games than the Lakers have lost in a series this whole playoffs. It was their toughest opponent, even after losing 2 of their stars and Goran Dragic for a significant portion of the series. So they should be very proud of themselves. They've got a very bright future. And Jimmy Butler is the heart and soul of this team, and he laid it all out of the line, played so many minutes this series, and they have nothing to be ashamed of.
Andrew?
Yeah, so you guys are really nice, but what team are we talking about here? The Miami Beat? The Miami Retreat? Lakers in foe, +2. I said it all year. But good on the Miami Heat. I mean, they made it to the finals, but can't beat the Lake Show. I mean, you guys were very nice about it, but I won't be nice about it. I won't, because the Lakers won and the Heat unfortunately lost, which is actually pretty upsetting. But somebody had to lose, and I knew it wasn't going to be the Lakers. Let me tell you that right now. But yeah, as far as the Heat season, I think it was very good. Daniel kind of touched on free agency. I don't know. I'm really bad with cap space, and as far as signing, I really want Joel Embiid to go to the Heat. I'm pretty sure they're going to end up trading him.
Trading who?
Joel Embiid, the 76ers, to keep Ben Simmons. Or no. Sorry, I reversed that. I meant to say trade Ben Simmons and keep Joel Embiid. But I don't know. I just think the Miami Heat definitely are going to get a free agency. And I told my brother, who is a Heat fan, when I watched the game with him, like, the Miami Heat are going to be back. Probably not next year, because I don't think they'll be able to sign anybody kind of next year. I'm going to say at like 2022, they'll be back, because, 2022 is 2022. So they'll be back.
Yeah, they have a great culture. Like I said, they have great leadership from the top to bottom. So I feel like it's kind of that team that just never goes away. It's one of the franchises that a lot of teams aspire to be. So we're to zoom in on this one game in particular. And to be honest with you, was not a good game at all. It was a blowout. The score looks a lot closer than it actually was. There was a lot of garbage time points from the Heat. But I mean, I think I could speak for all of us. I thought it would be a relatively close game. I didn't think it'd be this much of a blowout. Especially, I think it was like a 32-point lead at freaking like before the halftime.
I think it was 28.
I think it was as much as 32. I meant to say.
Oh yeah,
it was bad. So, Andrew, what should the Heat have done different to win this game?
I mean, there's not much you can do when all the Lakers are hitting their shots. I was gonna just play better perimeter defense, maybe. The Lakers just all hit their shots. Like Rondo was huge. Again, you mentioned KCP earlier. The Lakers kind of went with a small ball. I'm not going to say small ball lineup because obviously kind of Anthony Davis, but they didn't start Dwight Howard, and they kind of. I actually missed the first quarter, but that was because I was shopping. But I came back and I was getting groceries. You feel me? But I came back and the Lakers were dominating. I mean, literally up 20, and then they ended up getting to up 30. So, like the Miami Heat just. Probably playing better perimeter defense, and maybe not letting the Lakers shoot as much as they did, and not letting the Lakers get open shots. And shout out to my sister Jordana. I know she's watching. So yeah.
Real quick, Ben, I want to point out, speaking of comment sections, if you Laker fans want to feel your voices, just speak whatever you want, celebrate, party, say whatever you want. We'll answer if there's a question. If you just want to let everything out, just go ahead. You guys want a championship, you guys deserve it. Ben, what do you got?
Maybe I'm just blinded by how proud I was of these Lakers tonight, but I don't see much that he could have done. I was looking at this game and I saw the Lakers playing with so much energy, especially on the defensive end, and then just attacking, especially in that second quarter. And it makes sense. The Heat, they've run their starters out this playoffs. I mean, Butler's played so many minutes and they've shortened their rotation so much that, of course, they're tired. They've had to go through a lot to get here. Maybe the one thing I could think of is getting back in transition, because a lot of the times, even off of made shots or, missed shots that didn't bounce all the way out, the Lakers were still getting fast break chances, which shouldn't happen. They were just playing quicker than the Heat were. So that's maybe the one thing I could say.
Miami Heat also turnover-wise. Sorry, Ben, I thought you were...
Yeah, and that goes right along with that, limiting the transition points and the quick attacks from the Lakers. But other than that, I don't know. This was one where I'm looking more at how well the Lakers played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could answer this question to the point of I feel like they could have made changes to make it closer, but I think the Lakers just played a spot-on, picture-perfect game. They got... 5 people in double figures, which has rarely happened for them in these finals. LeBron only had to score 28. Davis only scored 19, and they blew him out.
Only 28.
But I mean, that just speaks to how good he is. So, but if they went, one thing that stood out is they missed 9 free throws, which I mean, putting those 9 free throws, it's a single-digit game. Hero just didn't have it this series. He was not good. And that snarl didn't really. It came back to bite him. It didn't really age that well. He shot 3 attempts tonight, 4 turnovers. He just wasn't good today. Dragic, I appreciate him for coming out. I understand that he was trying to work hard. It's the finals, as I mentioned before. You never know when you're going to be back. But he just didn't have it tonight. It wasn't the same Dragic. Shot 2 of 8, 0 for 4 from 3. I feel like they should have given those minutes to what's his name, Kendrick Nunn.
Or Kelly Olynyk.
My boy, the GOAT. He should have been second in finals MVP voting. It was rigged. Anyways.
Hey, he was tied for everyone else with 0.
That's very true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Adebayo had good stats, but I mean, those were kind of like garbage time stats. They weren't really, when the game mattered, he didn't really do that well. With Jimmy Butler, I can't really blame him. Like I said, he played 47 minutes last game. He was exhausted. You could totally tell the way he played today. His defense was slacking. His rebounding wasn't as great. His shooting wasn't. He only had 12 points. Crowder, sucks that he struggled in the finals again, which, I mean, you never want to see someone struggle that bad in the finals. Kuzma. Yeah, I just feel like.
So why the hate? It's just.
But I just feel like no matter what, the Lakers would have won this game, no matter how perfect the Heat could have played. Just the Lakers came in, they wanted to win, and they did just that.
They wore the Sunday whites,
so
which I have right here. So I knew they were going to win in the jerseys. That's why I ordered them a long time ago. So yeah, just real quick.
So, okay, actually, we'll answer this question real quick. It's a quick little answer. I'll answer it actually. I don't have that question. I can't pop it up, but Eli just asked, so what's next for the next stream and podcast? We have a bunch of stream ideas. We don't quite know which one we're going to do next. We're going to have a bunch of team previews. We're going to do a trivia night. We're going to do draft coverage, whatever that is, free agency coverage, whatever that is. We're going to plan it out. Who knows how long this offseason is going to be. Hopefully it's not that long, but we will have stuff out for you, I promise. So now that the season is finally over, the bubble is finally over. After all the vlogs you've seen, after all the meals you've seen, after all the basketball you've seen with no home court, and I mean, we could be back next year, who knows? But it's done. And I like what Jeff Van Gundy said. I don't think maybe they will, but I like how he said when Russell Westbrook left that, I think they said $8,000 tip.
$8,000 tip, yeah.
That was really cool for him, and he cleaned his room for them. That's so I hope some Laker fans, some Lakers leave a couple things for them because they did work their butts off. It was very impressive how the NBA got it done. Shout out to the NBA for doing that up and down. So I just ranted for a little bit. So Andrew, what are your overall thoughts on the bubble?
I was really excited when the bubble first came, and I thought the bubble was just an amazing way to really show how social distancing, wearing masks, and just limiting contact can really help like this whole COVID pandemic. But as far as basketball wise, it was very exciting. I mean, all the travel kind of went away, which is kind of one of the harder parts about winning a championship, especially when you don't get to go to an ice bath right after a game, or you get to ride a little tricycle on the side of the kind of court. I thought the virtual fans were really cool. I remember for the first couple games, they didn't have them, and then they introduced them, and I was like, at first I was like, really? And then I started to like them. I have like a theory about how the virtual fan, like, you know how sometimes they have the fans and sometimes they'll go with the boxes and they'll show like the families. I have a theory that those are pre-recorded, like, but just a theory. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my bad. But I thought the overall bubble is very cool. Maybe the Heat would have won if Jimmy Butler had more kind of towel basketball players in his room. If you don't know that commercial, there's anyways, it's just commercial. Yeah, but I thought the bubble was really cool.
Ben?
Yeah, I think it was a resounding success, the bubble. I mean, you look at what the other major sports have done. MLB got into some trouble. The NFL is getting into some trouble right now. And the NBA and the WNBA both had resounding success.
And the NHL, put some respect on the NHL.
All right, the NHL. Well, I just didn't know. I don't follow the NHL, so I don't know what's going on over there.
What about soccer? Are they in the bubble? I see all the soccer fields and baseball fields being built.
I don't
like
really pay attention to soccer.
Every single soccer but every single time they like pan out the camera, I swear there's like new fields that are built. It's like the weirdest thing because there's like 1,000. At first, there's like one soccer field. You know what I'm talking? And then there was like 5 baseball fields. I'm like, but maybe the sports will come back to the bubble next year. I mean, you really don't know. But hey, shout out to Disney. Like, I don't like Disneyland, personal reasons. I kind of stopped liking Disneyland. But I'm glad the bubble. I'm glad the bubble was fun.
I didn't know that. You're like the first person who's agreed with me on not liking Disney.
Disney is horrible. I will agree with both of you guys on that.
Oh, all right. Well, I usually get fought on that, but anyway, another thing is that this championship is completely legitimate. It's completely deserved.
It's not a rec league.
Yeah, and to put that in perspective, at the beginning of this, I said the same thing, that this championship would have an asterisk, but would be not any less deserved, and I had the Bucks as the favorites, so just putting that out there. And also, we have to remember that we have to be thankful. I mean, I'm very thankful that this was able to come through because we almost didn't have this finals. there was when the Bucks started missing games. We almost
Yeah.
didn't make it here. Yeah, and then the players reached an agreement with the owners, and felt like their voices were heard. And so I'm very thankful that we were able to finish the season out. It was a great success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you guys said, the the NFL, and the MLB experience. Although MLB is technically in a bubble right now, the NFL is experiencing what a bubble is without having a bubble is like. Although technically, it's kind of hard to do a bubble with football. There's a lot of personnel involved in that game. But yeah,
Bigger bubble? Can you have a bigger bubble? I don't know.
I mean, anyways, it was success. I know that a bunch of people, writers, people, smart people like me, had a feeling that this season just wouldn't go through. Maybe one guy went out of the bubble, contracted corona, and then it all just canceled. But they were so spot on with all these protocols. It was actually just awesome to watch. No one got it. They had 0 positive tests in the 3
months.
3 months? I think it's 3 months. I don't know.
Depends if you count the training.
Oh yeah, true. The Raptors were in since like June, so that's like 4 months right there. But yeah, it was just a great thing. It was great basketball, which I know a lot of us were like, maybe it's not going to be good basketball, but it's actually pretty good basketball to watch.
There's still some unanswered questions. Like, could they hear the? I'm confused on what they could hear as players. I still don't know.
I think they heard the piped-in noise because I saw some NBA reporters record some videos. And you could hear like the noise involved, and I know writers were complaining how loud it was. But and I think they can see the.
They could see the fans. Yeah, everyone could see the fans.
Wait.
I mean, because Jimmy Butler fist bumped Dwayne Wade.
Fake news. Repeat. I don't think they can hear the noise because I think the writers who were at home says how loud the noise was. So I don't think they could hear the fan noise, but they can see the people.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, technically, they also did have their family people there to support them, which helped a lot. But yeah, you just got to shout out Adam Silver. It was a great idea. A lot of people were skeptical about it. It worked. We got a champion. We finished it. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, LeBron haters will always have a reason to hate, and they'll say, "Nah, it didn't count." Whatever. No matter who won, there's be that one hating person who's going to be like, "Didn't count." But Lakers deserved it. I'm a man enough to admit it, as much as it pains me to say it. They did earn this, and we are finally done with the NBA bubble. And now, this is my favorite part of the freaking stream, man. We got a Laker fan since 2018, Matthew Davidson, joining us. What is up, Matt?
First off, not 2018. I've been a fan since I was born. Lakers fucking diehard. Oh, can't say that. My bad. But Laker diehard. I don't know where you get the 2 years from, even though I do have a Miami jersey hanging up right now. We don't talk about that, but hey.
All I know is I'm a fan of a team no matter what. I don't bandwagon a team.
I don't bandwagon. I don't know where you got that from. I can pull out a Derek Fisher jersey. It's somewhere in there.
Okay. Hold on.
D-Fish, yeah, respect.
Ben, you might not want to look. Oh, wait, I'm going to wait for this comment to pop up. Hold on. Technical difficulties. My boy Eli just commented something that I needed to talk about, and Ben and maybe Andrew will not like. Maybe even Matt, too. I'm going to wait for – oh, here we go.
I wanted to talk about this.
The Lakers have tied the Celtics in championships.
Yeah.
Eli, my good friend, that is completely false. The Lakers won 5 championships before championships were counted. So those don't count. So they
just a hater?
Have 12 championships.
Daniel.
Reporting, and it is rigged. The Celtics have 17. The Lakers have 12.
Daniel.
It's not a debate.
Daniel, how many championships have the Boston Celtics won on color TV? One. Only
you really
one.
want to talk about winning championships on color TV? Have you seen the Lakers championships?
Yes, all of them in color. I saw them in color. Yes, I did.
No.
Half of
yes. It's not cap. It's not cap. It's literally facts. It's literally facts.
First off, the Lakers franchise, even though they were in Minneapolis, the franchise Lakers still won those championships. So that 17 You just sound a little bit mad. Are you mad?
Nope. I am a man.
I'm mad.
I'm all about analytics. And analytically speaking, the Lakers have 12
And
championships.
analytically speaking, you're mad right now. So
I'm not
Okay, I
even
don't-
going to dignify this with a response.
yeah.
Yeah,
Matthew, what do you think about
It's
this?
just it's disrespectful. We got 17. You guys got 17. You guys played in like against 8 teams and got like absolutely dominated everybody. So it's 17-17. It's all tied up. Celtics fans can't hold that over our heads anymore. It's all
Yeah.
tied up. And next year will be 18. Here we go, boys.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow.
Except for
Jordan.
Daniel's mad. He's mad.
Jordana just attacked me. I feel attacked. I'm done talking about this. All right. So we're gonna go back to special guest reactions. Sorry about that little truth rant. So my boy, since 2018, you were a fan of this team. You watched the LeBron years. How does it feel to win the championship?
I mean, I haven't seen a championship in LA since 2010 when we had Pau Gasol and Kobe. Rest in peace to the GOAT. It's
not
great.
dead, but
You know,
yeah.
I was kind of skeptical at the beginning of the season because we literally traded away half our team for Anthony Davis. Didn't know how we were going to fill the rest of our cap space, but Dwight Howard came in huge during the playoffs. Alex Caruso, Frank Vogel, absolutely great coach. He was perfect for the system, defensive minded. Really, just as you saw today, defensive minded. We absolutely put the clamps on Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero and all their offensive players. Overall, a great season, but I'm looking for next year so we can play the Clippers, hopefully beat them, so we can get these rumors out of here that this was an easy playoff or it was a fluke.
Yeah, is it right?
Luke.
Yeah, wait, real quick. Matthew, you mentioned how we had to trade half our team. I unfortunately had to trade half my merchandise too. Oh,
no.
but hey, it gets us to where we are now. Now it's a collector's item, Lonzo Ball jersey. But yeah.
That's a good.
My fogey's falling.
Hey, bro, man, chill.
My phone's falling. Not bad.
Yeah, but we are a PG channel.
I didn't say anything.
You
He
said
didn't say
my
anything.
phone keeps falling.
Yeah. My
No,
No.
Okay, well, don't draw attention to it.
mod review it.
You're just hating on everything.
I said one, but I've been good after that. But you know,
As I was saying, that's a good point you brought up. Actually, I remember before the season when they did that Anthony Davis trade, a lot of people just thought it was an overpay. They gave up a lot of young people and a lot of picks, and in the end, the Pelicans did get good players, but the Lakers won a championship, which is the whole point of that trade. So in the end, they actually won the trade. Unless the Pelicans win like 20 championships, which probably won't happen. So my next question is: did you believe that LeBron James deserved Finals MVP?
I mean, other than Rajon Rondo, yeah. But no, obviously Rajon played good, but not at MVP level. But LeBron, after I saw he had that 40-point game, even though they lost, I was like, okay, this really put him over the hump because Anthony Davis didn't play well, Game 5 or Game 4 really. So after that, and he just had a triple-double, absolute monster of a game. He was some of those passes were they were crisp, they were clean. It was a great game. Blew them out. We were up 30 at halftime. It was celebration here.
Yeah, largest halftime lead of NBA Finals history. So
Second.
no, it was the largest. They said it on the television.
It was the
It's
second.
his second.
I was the second largest. Yeah, it wasn't the largest. It was second.
I have a thick accent. Did I say I said second?
I'm actually going to ask a question for all you guys. So if LeBron James didn't exist in the series, and you know what I mean by that, who would you have as Finals MVP? Ben, what do you got?
I think it'd be Anthony Davis. I mean, like in the context of what we expect from these guys normally, sure, you can make a case for Rondo. I mean, he played amazing, but I mean, Anthony Davis is the team goes as Anthony Davis goes. They need him to be great to win. We saw that in their losses. He did not play well. And if just you look at the numbers, even though they might not be high for Anthony Davis, they're definitely the second best numbers on this team. So Anthony Davis.
Andrew?
I kind of have two answers, and Jimmy Butler is one of my answers, which that could have, only one time in NBA history, Jerry West, I don't know what year, but on the losing team, won Finals MVP. should have been LeBron in 2015, but we won't talk about that. But Jimmy Butler, like I was thinking, when I was on the cellular communications with Eli during the game, he said Jimmy Butler might win Finals MVP. I say get that blasphemy out of here. But you know, I could see that. I mean, he played amazing. He really tried. I mean, the minutes speak for themselves. But second, you know, J.R. Smith, like nobody can hype up the team like J.R. Smith. I mean, Finals MVP chance right there. He was basically the assistant coach. I mean, he was standing next to Frank Vogel the entire game. Like, so, yeah, J.R. Smith or Jimmy Butler. I could see that.
J.R. Smith takes his shirt off faster than Andrew.
The buzzer didn't even sound. That dude had his shirt off and he was already partying. And to summarize 2020 basketball, the first person to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy
was J.R.
J.R.
Smith. He deserved it.
Matt, what do you?
I have to go with Jimmy Butler. He just played absolutely out of his mind. Proved that he can. I feel like that proved that he can be the main superstar on a team. Obviously, with free agency coming, you know, they might attract Giannis possibly in the next summer, but who knows? But it really showed that he can really just put a team on his back against the whole playoffs, not only against just the Lakers, but the Giannis, Celtics. He just put on a show, and he deserved Finals MVP if it wasn't for LeBron, of course.
I like how he didn't even say the Bucks. It was just Giannis, which is true.
Middleton didn't show up at all that series, except for like the last week.
I actually would like to agree with that, but to Andrew's point, when LeBron put up insane numbers in 2015, and he didn't win Finals MVP, and Iguodala did, who had like 10 points.
Who guarded LeBron James though? So
it's kind of impossible for like nowadays for an opposing player to like win. It sucks because Jimmy Butler was absolutely phenomenal this series, and it's a shame that he couldn't even at least get one vote. Like, he's got to give him so much credit for that. You got to give it to Spoelstra as well, but he played his heart out, which is really good to see. But yeah, I think I kind of want to go with AD with the slight edge over Rondo. Rondo again played really well, but it's a statistical driven league now, so I feel like Anthony Davis easily would have won it because he put up about 20 points and averaged a double every single game, I believe. So. Anyways, I'm going to go to my last question with you, Matt. The big question, do you think the Lakers can repeat next year?
It depends on what we do in free agency. Obviously, Anthony Davis has his player option this year. Hopefully we can get a contract before he does that. I'm pretty sure Dwight Howard's on the books. I think Jared Dudley, but I mean, it's Jared Dudley. I know KCP's on the books. Depending on who we resign, I feel like we have a chance. But it's those Clippers. If we meet the Clippers, that's probably gonna be who the winner is. I thought we were gonna meet them this year, but of course, way off P didn't show up. But I feel like they can. We have LeBron's prime has literally been forever. I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. But it really depends on if we're able to re-sign everyone, especially of course Anthony Davis. And maybe get a couple more shooters, of course. But, yeah, I feel like we can. But it's all dependent on free agency.
Real quick, I want to shout out. It's 8:24 right now. Mamba, what's up? Yeah, but you're right. It's going to be a huge offseason this year because they're going to pay Anthony Davis most likely the max, which gets rid of a lot of cap space. And they got your boy Jimmy Green on the books for like $15 million next year, which is almost like 2/3 of their entire cap. So they got, I mean, a lot of people are going to want to go play with LeBron, obviously, and Anthony Davis. So, you know, the veterans are not going to shy away from signing with them, which, I mean, that's what every team, the Warriors, the Cavs, all of them, they just always want to do that. So it's going to be very hard offseason for them financially, but I feel like they're going to have most of their core back in back. So I want to thank Matt for joining our stream. Thank you. All jokes aside, homie right there. I want to thank Ben and Andrew for their continued coverage of these NBA Finals with me. The Lakers finally did it, not in full +2, but they did get the championship in the end. We got to see champagne celebration from Andrew tonight. We got to even hear a story from Andrew tonight. So if you're not hearing that on Spotify, I feel very bad for you. You should watch it on YouTube. By the way, you should subscribe to our YouTube. We're 12 subscribers away from our goal of 50. Our streams are really fun to be a part of. We have a lot of fun here. We answer your questions as much as we can. We read every single comment you guys have. Please like this video. Please subscribe to our Instagram at Ball Around the Head. Follow our podcast on whatever you may listen to: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many, many more. We will be back with the stream TBD. We don't quite know yet, and we'll discuss. We're to discuss amongst ourselves when or what we're going to talk about. So, thank you guys so much for joining, and peace out.
Wait, Lakers 1-4. They did.